So this is the employer summary workbook and the log worksheet. The way I use conditional formatting is this. I use colors to identify the importance of different items and or something about that item that I need to keep track of. And I'm not being very articulate, but this is what it is. I use this color red to mean an action item is very hot, meaning it needs to be done by the end of the day. This green conditional formatting I use to indicate an action that is needed. And the way it works out for me is that after I've done all my red items, then I do my green items. It's as simple as that. Blue is what I use to identify text that indicates that something is due to me. So in other words, let's say I'm talking with my line manager and she says, oh, I have a document for you that's sort of like a cheat sheet on how to amend a past timesheet, and I'll email that to you. So I will conditional formatting that in blue. Mustard means someone is expecting something from me. So let's say I make a commitment on doing something like, I've got my own cheat sheet that I'm going to send to one of my new colleagues about, let's say, how to run a report in IWRS or something like that. So mustard means someone's expecting something from me. Peach means that there's an activity that has to do with my lead CRA role. So let's say we have a meeting. I have a meeting with the project manager and the sponsor, and they say, we are going to have a face-to-face meeting in July, probably the last week of July, and we're just making sure that everyone can attend it. So I will conditional format that in Peach, and then the next time I have a meeting with my CRAs, I will bring this up. The sponsor wants to have a face-to-face meeting at the last week of July. Can everyone attend? This last one is blood red. Blood red means it is hotter than hot. And it needs to be done immediately after the meeting. So here's an example I thought of. Meeting with the sponsor, and the sponsor said that they just found out that a whole batch of IP was tainted. And all the sites need to quarantine that IP so it's not given to the subjects. So as soon as the meeting's over, I will call my CRAs and say, contact your sites, tell them to quarantine that drug. So blood red means hotter than hot. I will show you how I do my conditional formatting. After you do it for a while, it's pretty easy. You might have different colors, different meanings, but I'll show you how I do it. So I'm going to show you now how to do conditional formatting in the event that you don't know how to do it. So the first thing you do is you go into the blank or the worksheet that you're working on. Make sure you click on the upper left-hand corner. There's an icon there for select all. It looks like a triangle pointing to the southeast corner. Then you go up to the ribbon, the home ribbon, go to the style section, click on conditional formatting, new rule. In the select rule type section, select format only rules that contain. That's what that looks like. In the next drop down, click specific text containing, and then this is the optional part for you, what you're trying to do. So I'm going to simulate that I'm creating a rule to have the cell filled in a royal blue color whenever I type in F colon. And for me, that means follow up, which in my world means that someone has committed to do something for me, like someone's going to send me a document or someone's going to contact someone else and tell me how it goes, that kind of thing. So the condition that I put in is F colon, and the format that I chose is royal blue. That's right there. And then you just click OK, whatever yeah, you click OK. So then what happens is when I'm in a workbook, and I typically use this for my log workbook, if something happens during a discussion and someone says that they're going to do something for me, I write down F colon and what they're going to do for me. And then the software will highlight that in blue, and that way I have a quick way of finding out who's going to do what for me.
So I'm going to show you how to do a conditional formatting. First thing you do is you come up here to the select all. Then you come over here to the home ribbon, the style section, conditional formatting. Select new rule. Select format only cells that contain. Then you come down here and you select specific text containing. And I am going to do conditional formatting for items that I think are follow-up items. In other words, for me, things that other people have committed to me. So the color code for me for that is F. So I'm going to do F colon. The format is going to be royal blue. Okay and okay. So let's say I'm in a meeting with the project manager. And the project manager says a new IB draft has been promulgated by the sponsor, and she will send it to me shortly. So I will do this. F colon expect new IB edition 2. And there you go. It's highlighted in blue automatically. So after the meeting, I can review my notes. I'll be reminded that I'll expect that. And then several days down the road, I'll just do a conditional formatting for the color blue. For instance, this. Filter by color. Blue. Okay. And there you go. So that's how I use it. And I do the same thing for all the colors. That helps me prioritize things, come up with the action items, things like that. So that is how I do my log sheet. The next part of this section, this class, will be the timeline, which is the next worksheet down here. So stand by for that.
So a couple things about the next section of this presentation. First of all, the reason why I am teaching conditional formatting is because I use conditional formatting in the log worksheet, but more importantly, how I build my inclusion exclusion workbook or worksheet, and how I build my monitoring tool. Second thing I want to say is the audio in this next section is a little bit muted. I apologize for that. I didn't use my headset with the microphone, and it's a little bit muted, but you can hear.